Good morning, and thank you for registering for the first in the Group Corner webinar series. Today's special guest is Shawn Krysty from Principal. I'm your host, Gregg Amato, and for this webinar and some of the other series through March, which occur every other Wednesday, you can find my contact information here. I'm the Director of Employee Benefits for Northeast Ohio. Excuse me. If you need additional information and are located in another part of the state, please contact your Cornerstone representative in your area. If you would like to be licensed with Principal or any of our other partner carriers, please talk to your Cornerstone rep, and Sandy Weber from our licensing area will get the process started. There's a few housekeeping items that I'd like to cover. First, if you have a question during the presentation, please feel free to type it in the chat box located on the right side of your screen. We will answer questions as we go and as time permits. Also, one lucky attendee will win a $50 gift card from Principal. Cornerstone's been in business for over 30 years and has 7 offices in Ohio. We continue to grow every year, and we're here to help all of you, our partner brokers. In order for you to be successful, we need to be successful, and that starts with a great culture and dedicated employees. Cornerstone has many talented employees with multiple years of experience in all lines of business. Our employees are hired on character first, and we need to improve their lives through respect, support, and recognition. We're committed to change, and we continually survey our employees for new and innovative ideas that will help you ultimately. We also strive to be the best, and we treat others the way you wish to be treated. Cornerstone has also been recognized by the Cincinnati Enquirer as one of the top workplaces for 4 years in a row. So the only certainty in life is the uncertainty of life. Cornerstone is having growing success in helping agencies and agents across the state in developing succession plans that provide their beneficiaries with income and peace of mind. Ask your local representative for more information, and we can design a program for you. Cornerstone's Resource Center, it's brand new, developed by our marketing team. It can be found on our website. It's generously filled with information, guides, tutorials, and other educational materials for individual market, employee benefits. There's licensing and commission information, as well as marketing. All this information can be found in the Resource Center and is categorized by lines of business, and it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. To gain access, just click on the Resource Center on our website. Cornerstone's rewards trip is back for 2020. It's called the Cruisin' the Caribbean through the Royal Caribbean Harmony of the Sea Cruise. The dates are from May 3rd through May 10th in 2020. The qualifying dates are from January 1st of this year till the end of the year, December 31st. All points are earned for writing new business in both the individual medical and ancillary market and the group medical and ancillary. Please visit our website to register so that we can begin tracking your progress and if you need more details. We have an enhanced lineup of webinars throughout 2019. We have the Individual Corner, the Build Your Brand, Tech Tuesdays, the Group Corner, which we're doing today, and the Cornerstone Corner, where we have special guests come in for the webinar series. You can find all the topics and the schedule of the webinars on our website. It provides great training and tools and skills to manage your growing business Some of the upcoming events to mention, Tuesday, February 12th is Build Your Brand, which optimizes your marketing in 2019. It's a valuable training. Our marketing team has been very helpful to some of my brokers here in Northeast Ohio, so I believe that's a must-see. Also on Thursday, February 14th, there's a webinar on Social Security where Dennis Haywood is the guest speaker. So please take time to register for these upcoming events. You'll find them very, very informative. So, and now I'd like to introduce Shawn Krysty from Principal, who will cover their product services and their sales teams. And I'm going to turn it over to Shawn. Shawn, let me get you turned over to you. There we go.
Great, thanks, Greg. Good morning, everyone. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to listen to Principal Financial and our products and services. We've had a very outstanding relationship with Cornerstone, and I think we bring a lot to the table as a carrier. So today we're just going to quickly go over some products and services, and then at the end, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to list it in the chat box, and we'll answer them as best as we possibly can. Just to give you a little bit of background on Principal Financial, this is our 2070 company profile. 2018 numbers are not currently out, but I should probably have them within a month. Principal has been around since 1879. We're not going anywhere. We're a full service insurance carrier. We can be as hands-on as you need us to be, or we can be as hands-off as you want us to be. Just to kind of give you an idea of our solution highlights, we have more than 388.8 million of individual disability, and we serve over 90,700 employers. That's really ranks us in about the top 5 in the country. And just to give you an idea, in our industry, growth is very important. And in some carriers, they kind of stay stagnant. We have shown growth year over year, and we did grow again in double digits this past year. So in 2017, you can see that the specialty benefit sales was up 6%. So that kind of gives you a little bit of background. We are an A+ carrier, so you know you're good when you put your groups with Principal Financial. And get this started here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so why choose Principal? Very easily. We offer products and services that are very diverse for your groups. You know that when you put a group with Principal, you shouldn't have to worry about it. Ancillary products are the products that you want to put with a carrier and kind of forget about them. You don't want to have to come back and have to deal with the servicing, the claim situation. You're already doing a lot of work on the medical side of things. So we try to do our best to make sure that it's a very seamless process to put your business with Principal Financial. Our product lineup, I get a lot of questions. Hey, what products do you offer at Principal? So we pretty much offer the full portfolio of products: basic life, short-term disability, long-term disability, dental, vision. We offer an FMLA service through FMLA Source, which is out of Chicago, which you need at least 150 lives. We also offer a benefit admin system. We'll talk a little bit about that down the road. All those products are also offered in voluntary. We also offer critical illness and accident, which is a new product that we just started offering this past year. The new product that we really want to dive into that can really help you maybe on your more larger scale groups is an IDI combo. So we can always write, your long-term disability up to 60% or even further. But if, for the large cases, sometimes what can separate you is an individual disability plan on the key employees of that organization to get them more income replacement. And then we also offer an ASO short-term disability and ASO Dental and ASO Vision for groups of 100 and more. Value adds we do have with our products. A lot of times we get questions about, hey, do you guys offer an EAP? We do offer an EAP, and it's free with our disability products. Will Prep Travel Assist is attached to our life. I was out at an enrollment meeting with my enrollment specialist, and a lot of questions came up about Will Prep because we had people that actually went to an attorney and stated it cost them $750 to get a will done. Well, the nice thing is they can actually just, if they sign up with Principal, they can go online and create a will, a living will. They can get healthcare power of attorneys and financial power of attorneys, and then assign that over. So it is nice. It is something that's used. There's a dollar amount that's assigned to it. So it's a product that you should be talking about out there, because I want to say at least 60% of people in the U.S. do not have a will. All right, so one thing that really separates us in this industry is really our local teams. We do bring to the table, I feel, something that other carriers can't bring to the table, and that's really a team of individuals that are there to service you. As I said before, we can be as full service as you want us to be, or as hands-off as you need us to be. But note that this is your local team. And each team is going to be a little bit different based on where you're located in the state of Ohio, or if you are outside of Ohio. I and the people below, Casey Moser, Michael Broderick, Zach Luck, they are actually, we are the new sales reps. So you would come to us pretty much for anything, because we're really the face of Principal. But at the most of all, we are dealing with new business sales. We also have an account coordinator. And what their primary responsibility to do is to submit your implementation paperwork. So once you get the paperwork in, she will review it, and any communication, if you're missing something, would come from her. The other nice thing that we do is on your larger groups, we can actually provide a pretty nice service where we can schedule a conference call with the group, you as the broker, and Cornerstone, and myself, and we'd actually set up a meeting date, and we'll go through the implementation paperwork over the phone, and then also fill out the implementation paperwork at that time. And then all we do is we send it over for signatures. We do not collect a binder check, so we can enroll once we receive the final census. We also have an internal sales specialist that kind of works behind the scenes. They're more or less a liaison of a sales rep, but at the end of the day, if I'm not available or one of your sales reps are not available, you can reach out to the internal sales specialist, as they have certain parameters that they're able to offer. If it's something that's outside of the realm, they can get in touch with the sales rep, and then we can go through it. But if you need somebody, they sit behind a desk, whereas we're out in the field meeting and doing finalist meetings and those types of things. An account executive, their primary responsibility, and I should probably go to the next page, their primary responsibility is to work on growing your block of business, retaining the business, offering cross-sell opportunities, and also any complex service issues that you might have. So if you're not getting what you need, I would definitely reach out to your account executive, and especially they will go through the renewal process with you. We also have employee benefit specialists, and their primary role is, and which is nice because you're not seeing a lot of carriers out there offering this, but we're usually going down, from 15 to 25 lives. We offer enrollment meetings, and we have an employee benefit specialist that can go out and do those meetings for you if that's what you choose. The nice thing about an employee benefit specialist, we do not split commissions when you use them. So a lot of times you might be too busy to get out and do a meeting. So you would just call us if you sell a group with us. We will go out, we'll enroll it for you. Like I said, we can be as full service as you need, and we'll also implement that group for you. So their responsibility is to educate the employee population of Principal products and services. And then we also, go back up one, we also have an account executive for 200 plus lives, and that's Kathy McCafferty at this time. and she's responsible for the relationship manager for a large group. She's the only one that you would be working with on 200 plus lives. All right. So let's talk a little bit about our privileged partner program. The nice thing about working with Cornerstone is Cornerstone does not split commissions, and they do not even take in the privileged partner program, which is your broker bonus. So we'll go through the broker bonus at the end of this presentation. But as you can see, if you look to the right on the toolbar, it shows a broker bonus 2019 under the handouts. You can actually click on that PDF and save it to your computer because that's really our broker bonus for 2019. We'll kind of discuss it here in a second. But what we want is we try to really gear all of our brokers to achieve a platinum relationship with principal. And what really platinum is selling at least 25 lines of coverage at $50,000 of premium and an 85% persistency. If you can do that, you are a platinum broker, and you can enjoy things of like a Verizon discount. I believe it's somewhere between 19 and 20%. You, your employees, everyone at your agencies can receive this discount. You also receive a nice discount on our benefit admin system. And then also, there's also a exclusive, kind of like a backbone in a way, I always tell people, but it's a platinum customer service and claims, but it's an exclusive number that you receive for servicing, where you can get claims information and also servicing issues taken care of very timely within, a couple hours to 24 hours. You should have an answer, no problem. And then also there's also extra bonus dollars that we can take you and your agency out for, a day of fun that celebrate the achievement of becoming a platinum partner. And then also we have what we call an elite platinum. An elite platinum is when you get to 50 lines or more. And at that time, there is a business summit that we do invite you to. This year, we're taking the brokers that get to 50 lines or more up to Napa Valley for a nice 4-day week. So we do take care of the brokers who obviously take care of us. So at the end of the day, you got to have some fun too in this. So we do try to take care of that part for you. I get a lot of questions, hey, 50 lines, what does that mean? So to kind of define what a line is a group that has at least 5 lives. And a line, as you saw with the products that we offer, can be life, disability, dental, vision. The one thing I will point out is critical illness and accident counts as a half a line. So you will need to sell both if you want a full line. Let's talk about enrollment options, because a lot of carriers do things differently, but we're pretty good at what we do, and I really push the fact that we have multiple ways to enroll and implement your groups. We can either do a straight takeover, which is always easy, and we can also do an Excel spreadsheet takeover, or we can do a paper or paperless enrollment. So a lot of times we get people who are just too busy and they just rather do a paper enrollment, and a lot of times you may not have time to put that on an Excel spreadsheet. That's fine. You would send us in the paper apps, and then we would go ahead and put it on a final census for you. So we can do all the work, and unless you like to do that, you're more than welcome to it, but we can also help you out and limit your exposure on the work on that census. And then we'll send it over to you for a final census. From a paper situation, we do have nice bound color booklets that you can use. My recommendation is to use them. We can make them personalized, and I always recommend doing personalized enrollment forms for any time that you have contribution amounts, especially on disability, because it does show what their cost is based on their payroll mode. So make sure that you give us 5 to 7 days to order those booklets, because they are put together. It's based off the final proposal, and it is a bound booklet that we do mail out. So we would ask that you just inform us of their payroll mode and also where you would like them sent. But it's a beautiful booklet, and we get a lot of reviews, great reviews about what it looks like. So paperless enrollment. We got multiple ways to enroll your group using our online enrollment services. So a lot of times these groups, and believe it or not, blue collar groups, white collar groups, they're all moving to a paperless enrollment system. You know, as you know, and I'm sure you work with groups of 100 or less, and a lot of times those groups don't have an HR manager. Maybe it's the CFO, CEO, you know, the COO who is involved in the implementation or the enrollment of that group, and they're wearing a lot of hats. Well, those types of companies are the ones that do really well with paperless enrollment, because they don't want to go out and have to worry about collecting paper apps, you know, answering their questions, and then also trying to put everything on a census. They just want something that's really quick and easy, and we can provide that to your groups. We have two ways to really enroll three ways to enroll your groups online. One is through what we call Easy Elect. Easy Elect is we can enroll groups from 5 lives up to 250 lives. And it's more like an Amazon shopping feel. We're going to not need to collect as much up front, because we're going to collect it when they go in and sign into the system. We're going to collect their information, but we're going to need limited information on the census. The one thing I will point out about Easy Elect is we do need their email addresses. However, the nice thing is when they actually go online and they enroll, we actually collect their beneficiaries. We collect the statement of health. As long as they're answering the statement of health and they stay within those parameters, they're approved right on the spot. All right. The other thing is there is no cost for these services. All right. These are free for you to use. All right. The enrollment exclusive and the Easy Elect are the two that are free. The only time you're going to pay is if you do enrollment exclusive +1 or enroll with our benefit admin system. And we can get through that, and I can also send around what the cost is for the benefit admin systems after this call. But the Easy Elect system, it's great to use. It only takes me I can get it up and running within a couple hours if that's what we need to do. We do ask for 24 hours, and we do ask that you make it mandatory for everyone. Anytime we use these services, because there's a cost for principal, we do ask that you make it mandatory for everyone to go on and enroll in the system. It's only going to help you as a broker. It's only going to help your groups, because what we're going to do is we're going to send a deduction report to the group and you. We're going to send a final enrollment census to you and the group. They're also going to get the beneficiary designations on a PDF, and you know, it just makes it so much easier. All right. So the other way that we do enroll online is enrollment exclusive. Enrollment exclusive is we're going to collect more information up front. We're going to need a pretty in-depth census with all the information. The nice thing is it kind of follows our benefit admin system, enrollment system. It's really the same thing, same look, but the nice thing about enrollment exclusive is that you can use it every year you have an annual enrollment. So Easy Elect is just for the initial enrollment. Enrollment exclusive, we can use every year. And so if you have an open enrollment for the dental and vision, or an annual enrollment for dental and vision, we can actually open that up every year and let the employees go back on and use the system to enroll. If you want to include medical, and we do this with some of our groups that choose to, hey, you know, let's just put the medical online for enrollment also, it would be an additional $3 per head per employee. But we can collect it. We'll put on a nice spreadsheet. You can send it out to, you know, your payroll companies, and they can accept it. All right. So the next portion of the enrollment is our bin admin system. Back in 1997, there was a startup company out of Des Moines, Iowa, and their name is actually Business Solver. Well, at that time, Principal actually threw some dollars at them, so we are a little bit of a silent owner of Business Solver. So, and just to give you an idea of who Business Solver is, their average size group is somewhere between 25 to 3,400 lives. All right. They also have Facebook and LinkedIn as their clients. So you have to have pretty strong technology if you're offering online admin services to both of those companies. So the nice thing is about our BIN admin system is we take the work off of you as a broker. All right. A lot of times these admin companies, about 200 vendors out there now doing this thing, they're giving you instructions on how to do it, and you're implementing or installing or you're doing something in some capacity. We do not allow that. We kind of want to keep you out. We want you to look at it, tell us what you think about it, the look, the feel, maybe the design, but that's really about it. We'll ask you to collect the booklets and the plan designs and the rates, and we'll do most of the heavy lifting on that. The other nice thing is you're finding out if you're using these BIN admin systems, there's a lot of nickel and diming going on. Change of benefits, they're charging you for that. EDI feeds, they're charging you for that connection. We do not have any ongoing fees. It's price per head per employee. It's based off the number of lines that you're submitting with Principal and the number of lives. All right. We don't have any implementation fees. Sometimes those can range between $500 and thousands of dollars. And we don't have any EDI setup fees. And those also I've seen where they're $500 to $5,000. So the nice thing is you're not paying for anything but the number of employees, and based on that, their cost. So like I said, I will send out some information on these three products that we do offer. So take advantage of them. It does work. So let's talk a little bit about dental. Dental is an important product that we do have here, and we're probably one of the strongest dental carriers in the country. Just to give you a little bit of scope on how we are from a network strength, this is from a third party, not through Principal, a third party network specialist that gave us this information. All right, so you can kind of see how we stack in different states in Ohio and different states around Ohio, depending on where you're prospecting. So, feel very good that and comfortable when you place dental business with Principal. The one thing I will state is, yes, we have our own proprietary network. However, we do layer it with Dynamax and United Concordia. So this kind of gives you a broad overview. The other things I always point out about our dental is when we take over cases, we try to make it as seamless as possible. We want you to feel like, great, you got something out of it versus having to collect all these different reports from the carrier that it was prior with. So we try to make it very easy for you to transition. So when we take over a case, we have what we call a triple threat, and we offer it on all of our dental groups, but we're going to give you a deductible credit. All right, they pay their deductible, they're going to get the credit. The other nice thing is we're also going to give you a fresh annual max, meaning that, hey, look, even if it's like October and your employees have blown through all their dental max with the current carrier and you move to Principal in October, guess what? If you had a $1,000 max, somebody was at $900 of used max, well, on October 1st, because they moved their business to Principal, we're going to give them a fresh $1,000 max, no questions asked. And then also we give them any rollover credit. So if you have any carryover credit, I know Guardian is a carrier that offers a lot of rollover credit. We will actually get a report from Guardian, and then we would put it into our system and give them any credit they had with the prior carrier. All right, so they're not going to lose anything by coming on board with Principal Financial. So the other nice thing is we do not have waiting periods on any of our dental products. Principal, we believe in, hey, if you're going to pay for something, you should be able to use it. You shouldn't have to wait for type 2, type 3 orthodontia services. And then also our average network is somewhere between 28 and 35%, depending on where you're located based on their fee schedules. And we do have network-only plans for selected states. Unfortunately, Ohio is not one of them. So, but Michigan, if you do business in Michigan, we can do it there. So the other nice thing is on our dental is we offer what we call the 99th percentile. So a lot of times the best dental plans, it's not always about the co-insurance, about the max. It's really about reimbursement. Are you getting balanced billed? And a lot of times it's yes. And the nice thing is there's not a lot of carriers out there that can offer a 99th percentile. Most of them will cap out at 90 to 95. Principal is a carrier that can offer you a 99th percentile that will protect you and your employees against balanced billing. And in the state of Ohio, there are a lot of areas where networks are not strong because dentists just do not join them because they have a following. So in those areas, it's great to put a 99th percentile on there and know that you can walk away knowing that there's not more money coming out of those employees' pockets. Our products and service offerings. I always talk about disability. Disability is another important product that we offer. I think we really set ourselves, far from the competition. Obviously, you don't need a total disability. It's not required. And we also offer the OR definition for disability. And why is that important? Because a lot of contracts out there, especially older contracts, and you have the newer, you have some of the carriers now that is offering a choice between an and an OR contract. But I believe the OR contract, they have to load your rate about 10%. We, Principal Financial, we are known as really a financial institution. We're very involved in 401ks, retirement. We want to make sure you have the ability to live a long life and enjoy that, both financially and through your disability payment. So at the end of the day, why is an OR definition important? Because there are, when we look at an OR definition, we're looking at whether there's a duties loss or an income loss. Most of the definitions out there with the and, it's an income loss and a duties loss for you to be able to start an elimination period. So if you have an individual that is in some type of specialty occupation, let's say you have somebody that's in sales or a doctor or an attorney or somebody that has billable hours, well, you have trailing income that's involved, all right? And when you have trailing income, they may not have an income loss for 60, 90, 120 days. Well, you can't satisfy that elimination period without an income loss of 20%. So the nice thing is we go based off the date the disability happened, and if there's a duties loss, and a lot of times there is, even though they're earning 100% of their income, we will allow them to satisfy the elimination period, and they will obviously get a payout on the disability. All right, disability is also based off of own job. The other nice thing I always point out is the owner's definition of disability. We include this on all of our contracts. Doesn't matter the size of the group. You might want to make sure that other carriers are also doing this. And the nice thing about it is we do not offset for business income. Whereas if this information or this language is not in your contract, business income will offset the W-2 income of the owner, and then they may not be able to earn a benefit. So it's very important to make sure that there's some type of definitions for that owner and that they're not offsetting the business earnings from the owner's W-2, all right? And then also vice versa when it comes to if there's any expenses. So at the end of the day, the owner also receives a post-tax benefit, which is great. Because a lot of times I get brokers that want to offer like a bonus up, gross up plan because, they want to protect the business owner and make sure they get a non-taxable benefit. Well, they automatically receive a non-taxable benefit with Principal as long as there's a 2% stake or more in the company. All right, so you don't have to gross up that plan because there is a nice load, and all of those carriers load it pretty much similar, somewhere between 10% and 17% for a bonus up, gross up plan. Incremental disability, this is a new product that we started about a year and a half ago. Voluntary short-term disability. You can buy it in increments of 100. And then on voluntary LTD, it's either increments of 100 or $250. This product has really been able to open up some opportunities for groups. You don't know what the family situation is with most of your employees. It could be that the employee itself is, has a spouse that is the income earner, and maybe that employee is only responsible maybe for a car payment or a house payment. Well, you can cover that car payment or house payment. You don't have to buy the whole 60, 65, 70% of pre-disability income. You may only need 30%, 40%. So, we're giving the employees that choice. And it really does help with participation requirements too, because, maybe it will, it'll get more people into the plan versus a true 60%. We do offer a core buy-up on disability plans. You need at least 100 to 150 employees. And then also the nice thing is, the solution for work. So on this increment plan, we've had it where the employer actually purchases the first 250 of the voluntary LTD, and then the employees will buy up $100. So that's something that you can look at doing too with your groups, if the employer would like to pay something or some. But we can also offer a composite rate on this product where most of what you're seeing that's out in the marketplace now are all age band. So technology. Most of my conversation these days are on technology. What are we doing? How are we doing it? How are we making it easier on the employer? Are we able to interface with payroll companies, admin companies? And yes, we can. We do have national partnerships with 2 payroll companies, Paylocity and Paycor. Those 2 companies, we can do a direct connect, and it's a quick connect. It's not a lot of time. We're interfaced with them. And if you have a company that uses those 2s and they acquire our benefit admin system, you get a quarter off the cost. So it's a nice relationship that we have. They also do have their ben admin systems, but like I said, whenever you're out there shopping for technology, it's good to get a couple different looks. So everybody looks at things a little bit different. We own our system. We own total benefit management. We work with an employee navigator and eCentral. And then with EDI feeds, we're in this space. We've been doing it a long time. We've been doing ben admin systems since 2006. We're a carrier that has been very involved in technology since the start, of I would say 2003. So we've been around. We've really been pushing technology. Reminders and updates, just so you understand, our underwriting segment under 200, we're very, very strong. We write a lot of multi-line business. So it's not like we're just writing dental and that's all we're competitive on. We're writing dental, vision, disability, life, voluntary. So it's great to package one bill. It's all of our lines, whether it's critical illness, accident, dental, vision, it all is on one bill for you. All right. We also have a segment that 200 to 499. That area is what we call pretty much mid-market. We do very well in that space, and in Ohio we've done well versus a few years ago. It really wasn't an area that we were involved in, but now we really are. 500 plus we like a lot too. So a lot of people think of us as a small group carrier, but we're not. Most of the stuff that I'm writing is about 100 to 1,000. So just give us a shot on what do you have. We do really well in small group. We don't need to blink there, but mid-market is where it's happening right now for us too. Just to give you an idea, on groups that are 5 to 9 lives, we have a underwriting questionnaire that needs to be completed. It's going to really have 2 questions to it, and it's going to ask, is everyone actively at work? Do you know of any back pains? Has anybody been hospitalized within the last 6 to 12 months? If you're going to answer yes to those 2 questions on a small group, there's going to be a little bit more underwriting involved. I have to pull in the underwriter, inform them that there is a situation, and depending on what it is, they can decline to quote the group. However, I've been able to get most of the stuff through, but you just never know. FMLA, if you need a product that's a solution for your groups that have FMLA that have 150 lives or more, we are a great carrier. And we do things a little bit different than most other carriers. Most other carriers will insource the FMLA, and it's caused some issues from how I understand it. But we outsource it, and it's called FMLA Source out of Chicago. And pretty much you're going to be talking to an attorney every time you're calling in. So they serve about 1,700 clients nationally. So it's not a small shop. They do a really good job. And the nice thing that we do is we really personalize the experience for the employer, where it's when they call in the 800 number, they're calling in to somebody that will answer as if it's principal. So it's not something that they're calling in and then all of a sudden they're calling and they're talking to somebody at FMLA Source. They're going to call in and they're going to say principal absentee management, and that's how they're going to answer it. So they know they're talking to the right people. Like we said, we also have free tax services, W-2 services, FICA match. We can do it all. If you need us for finalist meetings, we're there. We can, we're all local. As I said, we try to make sure we have local presence, and we have performance guarantees on our large group. So, if we need to put that on there to write a group, we have that ability depending on the case size. Renewals, our goal is to renew all cases with you. We are growing approximately 8.9% a year, and the industry is shrinking. We're very, very consistent. And what I mean by consistent is we do a good job of renewing our groups, and we keep the groups. And from a dental standpoint, to kind of give you an idea about our consistency, is we've offered renewal rate caps for the past 9 years. And a renewal rate cap this year for 2019 is 3.5% rate capped at groups that are 50 lives or less, and then 4.9% rate cap when it gets to 51 to 100 lives. All right, so it doesn't matter how poorly it's running, your group is protected by these dental rate caps. All right, so I have groups that were running at 160% loss ratios, and they're getting 3.5%. So they know not to move that business, or there's no consistency for you as a broker. You don't want to have to move ancillary every other year like you're moving your medical. So we try to do our best to make sure we renew it. We work with your account executives to cross-sell more opportunities with the group, which will help underwriting get the ratings down for you. So make sure you're working with them. We do like to help you deliver in person renewals. I've had much success with this, going out with a broker to groups, so we can put it away right away versus having you do a lot of work and getting it shopped. So, at the end of the day, we want to be there for you as much as you need us to be, but we want to make sure we're renewing the business and adding lines. So I appreciate your time. Thank you. We look forward to working with you. We can accommodate groups from 5 lives up to 10,000 lives. If you add 3 lines of coverage with us, we call it a multiple product discount. We can give you 5% off the rates. So we look forward to working with you in the future. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to get with Gregg or myself. I will shoot out a contact list, also with all your with all the locations of reps within the territories. And if you have any questions, we can start working on those now.
Awesome. Thank you, Shawn. I really appreciate you taking time out to do this presentation. Very informative. And thanks to all of you, our partner brokers, for taking some time out of your busy schedules to attend. This is the first webinar in our group corner series. I will be back to host in 2 weeks on February 20th, where we will have a presentation from Aetna. And then all the attendees today, names will be submitted and drawn from a hat to see who wins, who's the lucky winner for the $50 gift card, which has been given by Shawn and Principal. So with that, I don't see any questions. So I will we'll let everybody go. And again, thanks for attending.